Let me ask you a question that might sting a little. If your car broke down today and the mechanic said it would cost $2,000 to fix it, would you panic? Would you have to swipe a credit card? Call your parents? Sell something? Or would you just write a check and move on with your day? Because here is a statistic that should terrify you more than any horror movie. Nearly 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. 70%. That means almost everyone you know is walking a financial tightrope without a net. One bad fall, one lost job, one medical emergency, and it's game over. But that's not going to be you. Not anymore. Today, we are talking about a specific number, a magic number, $50,000. Why $50,000? Because Charlie Munger, the billionaire partner of Warren Buffett, once said that the first $100,000 is a bitch, but the first $50,000, that's the halfway point where gravity starts to shift. That is the moment your money finally starts working harder than you do. I'm Jax, and if you are in your 20s or even early 30s and you feel behind, good. You should feel a little behind. That feeling is fuel. But for the next 25 minutes, I am going to give you the exact, mathematical, no-nonsense roadmap to hitting a $50,000 net worth by age 30. We are going to break down the myths, the math, and the how-to so clearly that you will have zero excuses left. So, buckle up. We are going to fix your life. All right, let's take a breath. Why are we obsessed with age 30? And why $50,000? First, let's look at the data. According to the Federal Reserve's latest survey of consumer finances, the median net worth for Americans under the age of 35 is just around $39,000, and that includes home equity. If you strip away the house, the median financial assets are much, much lower, probably closer to $10,000 or $15,000. So if you hit $50,000 in liquid investments, cash, stocks, bonds by age 30, you are not just average, you are statistically crushing it. You're in the top tier of your generation. But let's be honest, being better than average in America isn't exactly a high bar, is it? Oh, look at me! I have slightly less credit card debt than my neighbor. Yay! No, we don't want average. Average is broke. Average is stressed. We want freedom. Reaching $50,000 is significant because of the compound interest curve. You see, when you have $5,000 invested, a 10% return gives you $500. That's nice. It pays for a few fancy dinners. But when you have $50,000 invested, that same 10% return gives you $5,000. Think about that. That's $5,000 you didn't have to work for. That's a used car. That's a luxury vacation. That's 2 months of rent for some of you. That is when the flywheel starts spinning. Once you cross 50K, getting to 100K takes half the time it took to get to 50K. It accelerates. But you have to get to the starting line first. Now I know what you're thinking. I can hear it through the screen. But Jax, I don't earn 6 figures. Or Jax, the economy is rigged. Or Jax, I have student loans. Listen, I get it. The game is harder now than it was for your parents. Rent is high, groceries cost a fortune. But believing that you can't do it is the only thing that guarantees you won't. Let's bust the 3 biggest myths stopping you right now. Myth number 1. You need a high salary to build wealth. False. Absolutely false. Look, a high salary helps, obviously. It's a bigger shovel. But I know people making $150,000 a year who were broke because they spend $160,000. And I know teachers making $50,000 who retire millionaires. Wealth is not what you make, it is what you keep. If you can't save money on $40K, You won't save money on 400K. You'll just buy nicer toys and dig a deeper hole. Myth number 2. Investing is for rich people, or it's too risky. This one drives me crazy. Investing isn't gambling. Gambling is buying Shiba Inu coin because a guy on TikTok told you to. Investing is buying a piece of the 500 biggest companies in America and letting them work for you. And you don't need to be rich. You can start with literally $5. If you have money for a Spotify subscription, you have money to invest, period. Myth number 3. I'll start later when I'm making more money. Oh, I'll start when I'm 30. I'll start when I get that promotion. You know what happens? You get the promotion and you buy a new car. You get to 30 and you have a wedding to pay for, then kids, then a mortgage. There is no perfect time. There is only now. The cost of waiting is mathematical suicide. Every year you wait to start investing in your 20s could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time you retire. Do you really want to light $500,000 on fire just because you wanted to wait? Didn't think so. I want you to imagine 2 versions of yourself at age 30. Version A wakes up on their 30th birthday. They dread checking their bank app. They have a mountain of student loans, a car payment they can barely afford, and $1,200 in checking. They hate their job, but they can't quit because they live paycheck to paycheck. They are trapped. Version B wakes up. They check their portfolio, $52,400. They have 0 high-interest debt. They have a 6-month emergency fund. If their boss yells at them, they can smile and say, "I quit," because they have a cushion. They have options. They have dignity. The difference between version A and version B is not luck. It's not a lottery ticket. It is a series of boring, small decisions made every single day for 5 years. It's saying no to the second drink at the bar. It's driving the old Honda instead of leasing the BMW. It's cooking at home instead of Uber Eats. You are making that choice right now. Every time you swipe your card, you are voting for version A or version B. Who do you want to be? Because if you want to be version B, you need to stop acting like version A. Today, right now. We are done with the fluff. In the next section, we are going to look at the cold, hard numbers. I'm going to show you exactly how much you need to save, month by month, to hit that 50K mark. No more guessing. Pure math. Stick around, because the numbers might actually surprise you. But wait, you might be thinking, Jax, the math sounds hard. It's not. It's actually stupidly simple. In fact, I'm going to show you how saving just a few dollars a day, less than the cost of that sad sandwich you bought for lunch, can literally make you rich. You don't want to miss this breakdown. Let's get into the numbers. Okay, class is in session. Put away your distractions. Let's do the math. Our goal is $50,000. Let's assume you are starting from 0, a big, fat goose egg. And let's assume you have a timeline. If you are 20 years old, you have 10 years. If you are 25 years old, you have 5 years. To hit 50K with a standard investment return of 8%, which is conservative for the stock market historically. Scenario A, the 22-year-old, 8-year timeline. If you have 8 years, you need to invest approximately $380 a month. $380. That's it. That is roughly $12.50 a day. If you work a minimum wage job, that is 1 or 2 hours of work. If you drive for Uber, that's 2 airport rides. It is attainable. Scenario B, the 25-year-old, 5-year timeline. Okay, you started a bit late. No panic, but the hill is steeper. To hit 50K in 5 years, you need to invest about $700 a month. Now we're talking about real money. That's a rent payment for some people. That's a car note. This requires sacrifice. Notice the difference. Waiting just 3 years, from 22 to 25, nearly doubled the monthly requirement. That is the cost of waiting. I told you about. Time is either your best friend or your worst enemy. Right now, for you, it's probably an enemy you need to make peace with. But let's say you are 28. You have 2 years. To hit 50K in 2 years from zero, you need to save nearly $2,000 a month. Is it impossible? No, but it requires a radical lifestyle change. It means living like a monk. It means no fun, no travel, beans and rice. This is why starting today is so crucial. The longer you wait, the more painful the math becomes. So we know the number. Let's say you need $500 a month to hit your goal. Where does that money come from? It comes from the gap. The gap is simply the difference between what you earn and what you burn. Income minus expenses equals the gap. Your gap is your wealth-building tool. That's it. There is no other magic. Most people have a gap of 0, or worse, a negative gap. That's called debt. To widen the gap, you only have 2 levers you can pull. 1, spend less, defense. 2, earn more, offense. Let's talk defense first, because it's the one you can control, right now. Literally this second. Let's look at your bank statement. I bet if I looked at your last 30 days of spending, I would find $300 of pure garbage. Don't lie to me. The subscriptions you forgot about, $15 here, $10 there, that gym membership you use as a donation to the fitness gods, the Uber Eats fees. You're paying $25 for a $12 burrito because you are too lazy to put on pants and drive. Stop it. I'm not saying you can't have fun. I'm saying you need to be ruthless about the things that don't matter so you can spend on the things that do. Here is the big 3 rule: housing, transportation, and food. These are the budget killers. Housing. If you are spending 50% of your income on rent just to impress people who don't care about you, you are losing. Get a roommate. Move to a cheaper neighborhood. Live with your parents if you have to. There is no shame in stacking cash. Saving $500 on rent is easier than cutting 100 lattes. Transportation. Car payments are the #1 wealth destroyer in America. The average car payment now is over $700. That is insanity. If you drive a paid-off Honda Civic, you are winning. If you drive a $50,000 truck with a $900 payment, you are the bank's favorite customer. Be the bank's nightmare. Drive a beater. Food. Meal prep. It's boring, I know, but buying lunch every day costs $300 a month. Making a sandwich costs $50. That's $250 straight into your freedom fund. That alone is half of your 50K goal. But Jax, I deserve a treat. You deserve financial security. You deserve not to stress about rent. That is the ultimate treat. A $7 coffee is a consolation prize for a life you hate. Build a life you love instead. Now let's talk offense. There is a limit to how much you can cut. You can't starve yourself, but there is no limit to how much you can earn. If you are making $35,000 a year, saving your way to 50K is going to be brutal. You need a bigger shovel. You are in the gig economy era. It has never been easier to make an extra $500 a month. DoorDash on Friday nights? Easy $200. Sell stuff on eBay? Go look in your closet. I bet there is $500 of clothes you haven't worn in 2 years. Sell it. Freelance on Upwork? Fiverr? Ask for a raise. When was the last time you actually negotiated your salary? If you watch 3 hours of Netflix a night but complain you're broke, I have zero sympathy for you. Take one of those hours and monetize it. If you invest that extra $500 side hustle money every month, guess what? You hit your 50K goal in roughly 6 years without even touching your main paycheck. Think about that. Your side hustle alone could build your entire nest egg. Okay, so we have the money. We widened the gap. Now where do we put it? Under the mattress? In a crypto wallet? In a savings account that pays 0.01%? No. In the next section, I'm going to show you the exact investment strategy, step by step, that turns your cash into wealth. No complex trading, no staring at charts, just a simple system that makes you rich while you sleep. You ready to build the machine? Let's go. All right, you've scraped together the cash. Now, where does it go? Do not, I repeat, do not just leave it in your regular checking account. That is where money goes to die. Inflation will eat it alive. We need tax-advantaged accounts. These are like superpowers for your money. Vehicle number 1, the employer match, the free money. If your job offers a 401k match, take it. If you put in 3% and they put in 3%, that is an instant 100% return on your money. You cannot beat that anywhere in the market. If you aren't taking the match, you are literally declining a raise. Don't be stupid. Vehicle number 2, the Roth IRA. This is my favorite. Roth means you pay taxes on the money now, but it grows tax-free forever. Imagine this. You invest $50,000, it grows to $500,000 over 30 years. When you pull that $500,000 out to retire, the government gets zero. Nothing. It's all yours. You can open a Roth IRA at Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab in 15 minutes. And please, stay away from the banks with high fees. If your bank tries to sell you a managed fund with a 2% fee, run away. They are stealing your future. Stick to the big, boring brokers. Okay, the account is open. Now you have to buy something. You are not going to pick stocks. You are not the Wolf of Wall Street. You are not going to find the next apple. You are going to buy the whole haystack. We are going to use index funds or ETFs. Specifically, an S&P 500 index fund. Examples: VOO, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, or IVV or SPY. When you buy one share of VOO, you instantly own a tiny slice of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, the 500 biggest, most powerful companies in America. If the American economy collapses, your money is gone anyway because we'll be fighting over canned beans and ammo. But as long as people are buying iPhones and ordering from Amazon, your S&P 500 fund will go up over time. It's betting on capitalism, and capitalism has a pretty good track record of making money. So here is the strategy. 1. Open Roth IRA. 2. Link bank account. 3. Set up auto deposit for your gap amount. For example, $500. 4. Set it to automatically buy VOO or similar. 5. Close the app and go live your life. That's it. That is the secret strategy of millionaires. Boring? Yes. Effective? Extremely. Now I have to warn you about the boring middle. When you start, it's exciting. You see the first $1,000, then $5,000. But then, the market will crash. It will happen. You will open your app and see your $10,000 is now $8,000. You lost $2,000. Your brain will scream, "Sell! Save the money. Do not sell. If you sell when the market is down, you lock in your losses. You solidify your failure. When the market is down, stocks are on sale. You should be buying more. If your favorite sneakers were 20% off, would you panic? No, you'd buy 2 pairs. Treat stocks the same way. Volatility is the price you pay for performance. If you can't handle seeing your balance go down, you don't deserve to see it go up. The biggest reason people fail is they rely on willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. You have a bad day at work, you're tired, you see a sale on shoes, and suddenly your investment money is gone. You must automate. Set the transfer to happen the day after payday. Payday is the first, transfer hits the second. The money should leave your account before you even see it. You can't spend what you don't have. You learn to live on what is left over. Humans are adaptable. If you hide $500 a month from yourself, I promise you, you won't starve. You'll just figure it out. So we have the plan, we have the vehicle, we have the automation, but there is one final piece of the puzzle, the accelerator. In the final section, I'm going to give you the step-by-step checklist, your cheat sheet to hit 50K fast. And I'm going to share a personal secret on how to stay motivated when it feels like nothing is happening. This is the home stretch. Let's finish strong. All right, let's bring it all home. Here is your step-by-step blueprint to 50K. Take a screenshot of this in your brain. Step 1, the audit. Tonight, open a beer or a soda, sit down, and look at your last 3 months of spending. Find the leak. Where is your money bleeding out? Kill the subscriptions. Negotiate the bills. Find your gap. Step 2, the emergency buffer. Before you go crazy investing, save $1,000 cash. Keep it in a separate savings account. This is your oh shit fund. It stops you from using credit cards when life happens. Step 3, the match. Go to HR tomorrow. Ask about the 401k. Get the match. It's free money. Step 4, the Roth IRA. Open it. Set up the auto transfer. $100, $200, $500. Whatever your number is, just turn the machine on. Step 5, the index fund. Buy VOO, VTI, or similar. Don't get cute. Buy the market. Step 6, the side hustle. If your gap is too small, go earn more. Saturdays are for making money now. You can rest when you're rich. It sounds like a lot. It isn't. It's a weekend of setup for a lifetime of freedom. Do the work once, reap the rewards forever. That seems like a fair trade to me. You think this doesn't work? Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was 26, teacher salary, $42,000 a year. She had $15,000 in student debt. She felt hopeless, but she decided to get serious. She picked up tutoring gigs on weekends, offense. She moved in with a roommate to cut rent, defense. She invested $600 a month. It was hard. She missed some parties. She drove a dented Corolla. But by age 30, her net worth wasn't $50,000. It was $68,000 because the market had a good run and she kept increasing her contributions every time she got a raise. Now she is 32 and she has over $100,000. She is snowballing. She is free. Or look at Mike, blue-collar guy, HVAC repair. Started at 22, investing just $50 a week. That's it, $200 a month. He never made 6 figures, but he never stopped. By 30, he had $45,000. By 40, he had $250,000. He didn't have a high IQ. He didn't have a rich dad. He had discipline. Discipline beats intelligence every day of the week in the stock market.
Some of you are still skeptical. What if the world ends? What if I die tomorrow? That is the loser's mindset. What if I die tomorrow makes for a great rap song lyric, but it makes for a terrible life strategy. Because odds are you won't die tomorrow. You will live to be 80 or 90. And do you know what is worse than dying young? Living a long, long life, being broke and dependent on others. That is a nightmare. You owe it to your future self to take care of them. Think of future you as a real person. They are tired. They want to retire. They want to travel. Are you going to help them, or are you going to screw them over because you wanted to buy a new iPhone today? Be a hero to your future self.
You have the roadmap. The path to $50,000 is clear. It is just math and time. But information without action is useless. Don't just watch this video and click on the next CAD video. Do something. Open the account, download the budgeting app, transfer the first $50. The clock is ticking. Your 30th birthday is coming whether you are ready or not. Let's make sure you are ready to celebrate it as a wealthier, freer person. If this video helped you, do me a favor. Smash that like button. It really helps the channel and tells YouTube this isn't garbage. Subscribe if you want to join the club of people actually building wealth. And comment below, I am starting. Put it in the universe. Commit to it. I'm Jax. You can do this, buddy. I believe in you. Now get to work. I'll see you in the next one.